Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Today I thought we would work on a gift tag. I've started the process. I'll hold this up closer so you can see that what I did was I used one of our stencils. I apologize, my son is playing video games in the background and sometimes he gets quite loud. I used some texture paste, which is from my stash. I've had this for a very long time. And I used our little, it's a stencil. It's from one of the stencil packs. And I did not know until I started doing this particular project that those dots get smaller and smaller. Isn't that fun? I need to do a little better job cleaning it up, but I'll take care of that later. I used one of the little skinny blocks that come in Craft with Heart in the card kits, and it worked pretty well to rub on there. I took a piece of cardstock and I dug out some of the paste, and then I used this to smooth it around on top of the tag shape. Tag shape is a shape that I think is from our Art Philosophy Cricut cuts. And I cut a front and a back. The front piece I thought would be nice to add a little bit of candy apple ink to, just to see what it does. So I'm just going to pounce my ink blender tool, hit it a little bit there, and start rubbing. I'm not looking to get a perfectly even coverage. It can be a little almost blotchy looking because I think that gives it some character, which works well for me. Love me some character. The other thing I like to do is take some espresso and hit the edges. And I think that gives it a little bit of definition. I really like that. The other thing I like to do with this before I put this away, here, let's close this up before bad things happen. I cut out some other Cricut shapes. I believe these shapes are found in the Comfort and Joy Cricut collection, which was introduced in the September-October catalog, and it is meant to go with the Comfort and Joy paper. The cuts are still available. I just ordered them. I went to barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com and clicked on them. They're $9.99, and because I am an Access member, then I get a 10% discount. And they are there. They're in my Cricut cuts. So I pulled in a few different shapes, and I'm just giving a little ink around the edges. Doesn't have to be perfect, just a quick little rub-a-dub-a-doo. This guy, I'm just going to do a little swiping because he's so delicate. I'm afraid I will tear him if I get too crazy with it. And these are the little berries for the holly. There, I've got all those pieces put together. So I used cranberry, oh no, cranberry's an old color, candy apple, and espresso. I think right now I will glue these together, and I made a back because sometimes you get mucky muck on the back of these, so I thought that a fresh back would be nice to write on, and write your to from on the back. And I love this big size. I just sized it up so that it was I sized it so that you could get 4 out of a piece of cardstock. Sometimes that's how I base how big I make something, by how efficiently I will be able to get the cuts to come out on my Cricut. I am going to do another tag video, but I will use our die cuts. Sometimes I really like die cuts. Sometimes I really like Cricut cuts. And I think it depends on whether or not I have time. The initial time to get onto Design Space and pick out your stuff can seem a little much. But when I can do a lot of cuts and I don't have to manually run the die through the machine, your Spellbinders or your Sizzix machine, or the Close to My Heart has a machine. If I don't have to stand there and run 20 of them through, well, that's a win-win for me. So I'm just putting these together, layering those in this. This is an older image. The greenery, though, is from that Comfort and Joy. And there, I've got all the pieces on there. And isn't that nice? And it looks good, but it'll look better if we have Mr. Shimmer Brush enter the picture. Mr. Shimmer Brush, this is the gold one. Normally I use the clear, and the clear would be fine. And it is just about dead. I have plumb used this one nearly out. So I am pouncing. And it just adds a little bit of shimmer on there, which to me screams Christmas. Christmas is glittery and beautiful. That's what I like. So there, now you can see if I tip the light. Right there, you can see where I hit it with the shimmer brush. I have a couple of other examples that I will show you. My son. This one I used evergreen. Isn't that pretty? Even though it's all greens, that monochromatic look works for me. I also put the gold on there. I did do a little experimenting on a scrap piece of paper. So before I came to this tag with my embossing that had dried, I didn't want to throw some ink on there that I didn't like. So that is a suggestion. If you are unsure of a color, try it on scrap paper first. The other one that I did, I used scarlet. And this looks really pale to me, but that's just how it turned out. I think I was a little lighter handed with it, but isn't that pretty? And I also did the gold shimmer brush on that one. And this is my last one to share. Look at that. I didn't color it at all. I just put it on the white. Isn't that pretty? Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope I gave you some ideas for making some Christmas tags this year. The phone is ringing. Gotta run and go get it. Have a blessed day, and I will see you next time.